Looks like I'm gonna have to replace my Gundam sticker that I used to try and vaguely mark the center of my frame. Anyways, oh, hello everyone, I'm Aiden and I like to build things, and today I feel this video is probably going to be a bit shorter than my usual stuff. I'll consider it a bonus video for this month since I should have my full video for August already uploaded by the time this comes out, assuming things go according to plan. But basically, I have not a custom in mind, but I want to do some work on some of my older master grades, and a few of them have those really questionable 3-1 thumb hands, no tabs. I saw that this was for sale on New Type, and thought it would be fun to give this a try since I have no experience with the builder parts line of Gunpla, I guess you could call it, or option sets. So I specifically picked up the 1/100 scale version, again off of New Type, and I have kept it in this bag for a little bit. I wanted to kind of show everybody here what the unboxing experience is like, or I guess unbagging is probably a better way of describing it, but just so folks can see what's in here, and then I will, I guess, show what it looks like on a kit. Now, it seems that because this is obviously an American distributed version, there's this extra sticker on here, which is almost making this unopenable, but I think you just rip it a little bit. It's not a priceless antique I have here. That goes in the trash. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Very basic assembly instructions, and then it looks like it does demonstrate how the holding hands work with what appears to be the rifle that comes included with the oh goodness, that comes included with the 1 Year War version of the RX-78. Maybe this is actually the 2.0. I can check that for myself later, but to the actual meat and potatoes here, we get 2 runners that are each exactly the same with this. If I remember correctly, this part is tabbed in there. I guess that's like melted in there, but it looks like it is designed for that to be molded separately. Otherwise, these hands have honestly a stunning level of detail to them, which I've appreciated through the clear bag that this shipped to me in. But the widespread hands are looking good, the fists and trigger fingers should look good, and then something that I thought was kind of surprising when I first looked into getting this for myself is that you actually get inner frame detail for the hands, and then the back cover can be put on it separately, sort of like what the RX-78 2.0 did, where it had a bit of an inner frame for the hand. But yeah, now the only thing left to it now is for me to build this, which for the sake of brevity, I will do off camera here. So, and I'm back with a set of hands here. So, I will quickly mention, I only built 1 runner's worth of hands. Everything you get here, just, you know, it's doubled up when you get this pack. So basically you get a left and a right splayed hand, a left and a right closed fist, and a left and a right trigger finger with no tab on the inside, nothing like that. You just kind of have to sandwich whatever you want them to hold into there and pray that it fits, I suppose. I'll have some additional footage on screen kind of showing these in a little more close detail, but before I attempt putting them on a kit, a couple of things I want to mention. Like I said, you get inner frame for the hand itself. This back panel, which first of all has a bit of truss detail on the inside, which is pretty nice, but the hands, like the back panel just kind of clips into the hand and it holds in there pretty good. And then just kind of in general, the detail on these things is pretty great. It's actually very sharp, very high res, very high HD, I guess you could say. And then to comment, each one of these has a bit of wrist articulation, and then otherwise they're ball joints at the base with a flat end, which is kind of interesting. If I'll just collect all of these here, and I have two kits that I want to demonstrate here. Starting with the subject of my full video this month, the 1.0 RX-78 II here, since they show its beam rifle being the the thing that you can use this with in that instruction manual there. Plus these hands are a little questionable. They got that seam line running down the middle of them there. Let's just see how well these new hands work on this guy to start. So I'll grab the right trigger finger hand, and then basically it's just like any high grade these days, or like a Reborn 100 kit. You just separate the hand, and then let's see how well this handle fits. I'm having a little bit of fitting issues with some of these pieces, but otherwise, I mean, it's rattly in the hand, but it is holding it thanks to that trigger there. And if I attempt to put this back on the kit here, it fits into that ball joint there pretty nicely. Obviously the color doesn't match, so you would need to paint it, but the extra wrist flexion does actually make posing with the rifle a little easier. And I mean, it's rattly, it's gonna sag out of the hand there, but as long as you have it in just a standard pose, I'd say that works pretty darn good. And then just so we can kind of see what these look like, I'll put the splayed hand on here, since the splayed hands that come with this kit are pretty terrible. I don't know, this could just be a me thing, but I feel like the fingers on the splayed hand are a tiny bit too long. So they look a little strange on the Gundam here, but otherwise I feel like these hands do scale pretty accurately. If I just pop the fist on there to finish off this part of the demonstration. So like if I take the shield out of this hand so we can kind of compare them here. Obviously these articulated 1.0 hands don't make fists very good, but the hand here is not noticeably bigger. It is bigger, but not not too terribly so. So I feel like if you wanted to do a custom with a retro kit like this, that's a pretty solid option there for you. Now, the kit that I actually got these for was this one, my 1.0 Zeta Gundam Master Grade here, which I do think will be getting a video from me probably closer to the end of this year. We'll see anyway. But you can see he's holding the gun in the sense that it's propped up in his armpit and the fingers are just kind of giving it something to brace against. This one was going a little experimental with its hands, and they have an extra hinge in the 3-finger part, which I super glued shut thinking it would increase the stability, but it really didn't. So I'll pop this hand out, and let's see how well the holding hand holds on to this rifle. Okay, so this might actually be worse than the pre-posed hand because there's no hole in the trigger finger for this to hold into. But let me try putting it on the kit here. Doing this a little awkwardly because I don't want to try leaning over it while recording. So if you slide that in and then angle it just right, kind of try to get it tucked under there again. It looks better, that's for sure, but I guess it doesn't hold the rifle that much better really. Like, if I try to go full extension, you really do still have to do like a balancing act just to get it to look presentable there. And you can literally see it shaking as my hand trembles a little bit because, I don't know, it's getting hot in here. I don't have a fan running. But yeah, and then I think these hands do actually scale better with the Zeta Gundam being slightly larger than the RX-78. So the widespread hands, because the ones that this kit come with are not great. They look way better on this kit. So my plan eventually is going to be to paint this kit, and I'll probably be using these hands for that finished product there. So to give my closing thoughts on this option hand set, yeah, I really like them, and I hope that if you are considering getting them for a future custom project of yours or whatever, looking to replace hands on a kit that has pretty questionable ones like the ones I've shown here, that maybe this helped you come to a decision as to whether or not this will be the thing you need for your project. So with that being said, I attempted an outro there. I botched it so horribly that there was probably a weird jump cut there. Let me just finish this video by saying I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. I'll see you all in the next video.